The follow-up is simple. Ask a question, listen to the answer, then follow up. I'm your host, Noah Kozlov. Enjoy.
Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the Follow-Up Podcast. I'm Eden, and this is my dad, Noah, and every week we sit on my bed and we have a conversation about something we want to talk about. And this week's episode is all about the end of school.
Pretty cute when your voice gets that high. It's nice just to sit on your bed in our pajamas and have a conversation about the end of school. So It's been a wild year. So how would you characterize your year?
Very chaotic.
What do you mean?
Like chaotic when it's not like, I'm not in person all the time. Like, it started off with 8 kids in my class, and I was in person like 2 days this week, like 2 different days, or maybe like 1 day or something like that. So like 5 days.
So the schedule's all over the place.
all over the place. And then it's like 12 kids one whole week in person, 1 week remote. And now it's full time with 20 kids.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Challenging too?
Yeah, it's been very challenging. Like, of what I just said, also challenging. Of, like, having that schedule and being remote, like, your eyes are getting tired all the time.
That's true, right?
It's just, like, by looking at the screen.
And so there's been a lot of articles written about, well, maybe this is a wave of the future and kids can just do school remotely and not have to be in person. What would you say to that?
I would say that's a good option. Like, if kids are sick and they could still do school, like, they could do it remote.
Right, those exceptions.
Like, there's exceptions. Like, snow days.
Right, but not, well, I know. I think it's a shame that you guys aren't going to get snow days anymore.
Right.
That's crazy. But it actually does kind of help us out because then you've got something to do. But what about, like, if they said, you know what? Well, just no big deal. Anytime something happens in school, no big deal, shut it down, remote learning. Would you be fine with that, or you really prefer being in person?
I would really prefer being in person, but it didn't happen like one after the other, after the other. I would be fine with that. Like if it still happened, but it didn't happen like consistently, like on a pattern.
What do you like most about being in person, or I should say not like the most, but what do you think you gain the most by being in person, like educationally? What do you think you gain the most? And socially.
And socially, I get the attention. Like I get like the teacher, like the feeling of like the teacher in person with me, and like she can help me out, come over and stuff. And I get like my friends. Like I get to be with my friends at lunch. I get to like talk to them in the cafeteria, and I gain like socially with people.
Right, you get to be around people,
and I get to just like learn in person, so it's just like I'm in person, it's better.
It's better, for sure.
It's just better.
Alright, so summer's coming up. What are you looking forward to?
I'm really looking forward to our trip. I'm looking forward to fashion camp, which is very cool. So I made a dress that I think I could actually wear this summer.
Yeah, this is a fashion school we've talked about before, that you've done before.
Yeah, I think we actually talked about that a few episodes ago.
Yeah, a while back.
And
by the way, speaking of that, we have done one episode 1 week, once a week for 52 weeks, so a whole year. This is episode 53. Wow. How about that? We're on our 2nd year of doing this together. You started as a 5.5-year-old.
6.5 now.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Nice job. What else?
Tennis camp. I love playing tennis. I like playing on the wall at the park.
That's going to be challenging. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Like this. Actually, I'm hitting the wrong way.
I don't know what you're doing there.
I don't know either.
Like this.
But I'm also hitting the wrong way.
Right hand.
I'm actually hitting the wrong way.
So that's going to be fun. Just everybody in, like when it comes to athletics, it doesn't matter your age or anything, just of where your abilities are. Now you're a beginner and you're going to learn how to play tennis. It's great. It's going to be fun. You're going to be running around a lot, playing a lot of games, hitting a lot of tennis balls, getting instruction. Yeah, that's how you learn.
And I'm really excited for cooking camp. I like cooking a lot. So you get to bake, you also get to cook. And it's really fun.
If there's something on day 1 of cooking camp, they said, anything. What do you want to learn how to cook? What do you want to learn how to bake? Or what do you want to bake with us? What would you say?
I would say the molten lava cake that I made because that was delicious.
That's Mom's favorite. Cool. Yeah, that will be a lot of fun. Yeah, you'll have a great time.
What did you do over the summer for camps when you were a kid?
Good question. I went to day camp.
Like, what did you
So
do?
I'm pretty sure that was probably starting after first grade. Yeah, go to day camp. So get picked up in the morning, and
What camp did you go to? Like,
it was Willow Grove Day Camp, and you picked up in the morning, and you just went to camp, and all day at camp was soccer, baseball, basketball, pottery, arts and crafts, swimming, tetherball.
what is tetherball?
Tetherball is like there's a long pole with a rope which is tethered to the pole, attached to the pole, and the ball on it, and you have to hit it, and then you have to get the rope to go all the way around without the other person blocking it.
That seems
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So yeah, that's what we did. So we did that for
That seems fun.
like 7 or 8 weeks, and I had a lot of friends from school who I went to school with who also went to camp. Then you had a whole separate group of camp friends because they were from all different areas
Right.
of the Philadelphia suburbs. So that was great. Yeah, I got to meet all new kids, different experiences, and I went to day camp for a long time. I loved day camp so much that I didn't even want to go to overnight camp until I was so much older. Like Mom went to overnight camp when she was pretty young. I didn't go until
She went-
summer after
when she was
like
10.
8th grade or 9th. I think
She-
summer after 8th grade. I think
So
I
how
went.
old were you? She was went
Yeah, I
when
didn't go until I was probably like 15.
Wow, she went when she was 10.
Right. So I just loved day camp so much. It was a great time. And then you come home after camp and play with friends in the neighborhood, or my grandparents, Bub and Pop lived with us
Right.
every summer, so got to hang out with them. But I remember just like walking into the house at the end of day camp and feeling the air conditioning,
Yeah.
and it just felt great.
I know. I remember when we were like playing out in the yard and it was super hot, and it was something like, oh, it's so
Yeah, yeah,
like it felt like cold, but it felt like not cold, but it felt like
refreshing.
refreshing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so summers were great. Summers were great. I'm jealous that you get to do all this stuff this summer, but looking forward to hearing all about it. Love you.
I love you.